Today we're standing with our partners from the Alberta Motor Association, Edmonton Fire Rescue Services, and Emergency Medical Services to deliver one clear message. When you see flashing lights, look, move, and stop. We've had a summer of close calls, so now more than ever it's important to remind everyone about how to properly respond to emergency vehicles traveling to a call, as well as those parked roadside with their emergency lights engaged. Every time we stop on a roadway, whether it's for a collision, a fire, or to help someone in distress, we're working just inches away at times from live, active traffic, other daily users of the roadway in question. This can be on roads where drivers are going 100 kilometers per hour or more. At higher speeds, the ability of a driver and vehicle to respond in time to avoid an accident creates a very real and substantial risk, both for the driver and all other people using the roadway, including first responders. The margins are really quite thin, and it's not enough to think or pretend it won't happen to you. We've had officers clipped, tow operators nearly struck, and countless close calls that never make the news. We're sharing the road with other people at all times, in all conditions, doing our respective duties to assist those in need and ensure safety on our roadways for all. So far this year, our officers have been struck by civilian vehicles 42 times. There are many factors at play here, but we can say that speeding, distracted driving, and general lack of attention behind the wheel are often contributing factors. Just last week, we had an incident where one of our marked police vehicles, parked with emergency lights engaged, was struck and the officer sent to hospital. In that case, given the speed and type of vehicle involved, we're very fortunate that one of our police officers wasn't seriously injured or killed. Many of these collisions are preventable. First responders, tow operators, other roadway workers, and the public all pay the price because someone chose not to follow the law, to simply be responsible and pay attention. So here's our ask. If you're being approached by any emergency services vehicle with flashing lights and perhaps a siren, police, fire, or ambulance, look in all directions, including behind you, to see where the emergency vehicle or vehicles are approaching from. Signal your intentions and move to the right to make room. Stop, not in an intersection, until the emergency vehicle or vehicles have passed. On the other hand, if you find yourself approaching a stopped emergency vehicle, tow truck, roadway maintenance vehicle, or snowplow with its emergency lights engaged, slow down to 60 kilometers per hour or less if the speed limit is lower, and move over one lane if safe to do so. Be considerate and allow other drivers to move over too. This is especially critical on high-speed roadways like the Anthony Henday, the Queen Elizabeth Highway, Whitemud, and Yellowhead. If emergency crews or other roadway workers are directing you, follow their lead. Do not stop and try to film incidents while driving past, and do not otherwise obstruct the safe flow of traffic. It's not unusual for drivers moving past an accident to get distracted and end up in a collision themselves. This is not just a courtesy, this is the law. We're all here to protect the same things, the lives of everyone, including those persons whose jobs are being carried out in furtherance of the public good, to make our roadways safer for all of us. So when you see flashing lights, regardless of color, take it seriously. Treat it like a warning. Something is being done in a risky place. Urgent, important work in furtherance of all our health and safety. Please keep in mind that someone's parent, partner, child, friend, or colleague is trying to safely do their job and make it home at the end of the day. Traffic safety is not something we take lightly, especially with 22 fatal collisions on our roadways this year. Last month, the Edmonton Police Service soft launched a public education campaign that focuses on exactly this. Key issues like traffic fatalities, speeding, impaired driving, and distracted driving. We've spoken to Edmontonians and our own officers, and the stories they've shared are powerful. We will continue to roll out this campaign over the next year, which will also be complemented by enforcement efforts, including specific operations to target dangerous and reckless drivers. I'll now turn the podium over to our partners from the Edmonton Fire Services, Acting Deputy Chief of Training and Operations, Jamie Emile. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Inspector Mandrusiak. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here. I'd like to begin by recognizing the great teams that are here today. Edmonton Fire Rescue Services responds to hundreds of motor vehicle collisions every year. And at these scenes, we see our police, EMS, and AMA partners doing their part to help individuals in need. And at these scenes, while we're tending to motorists, providing medical aid, directing traffic, or clearing up the roads, we are very much vulnerable ourselves. Not too long ago, I was at an incident responding to a collision on the northwest portion of the Anthony Henday. Our vehicles were positioned properly for scene safety, and our ladder truck was hit by a vehicle traveling at 100 kilometers an hour. Now, fortunately, in this situation, nobody was seriously injured. But when we asked the person driving that vehicle what happened, they said, "I just didn't see you." I find this hard to believe. It's a 50-foot truck, it's bright red, it's got flashing lights, and it was broad daylight. Now, every second counts in an emergency. Even if we lose as little as 1 minute, that can mean somebody's losing their entire house in a structure fire, or even worse yet, somebody loses their life. This is why it's so important, and we urge Edmontonians today to look when they hear sirens or see flashing lights, to signal and move to the right to make room, and to stop until all emergency vehicles have passed. And then signal again and re-enter traffic when it's safe to do so. These small but confident actions can help us help others as quickly as possible. Now, we understand that encountering emergency vehicles on our roads can be situational. When you're on a road with 3 or more lanes, it's okay to pull over to the left if that's your closest side. And if you're in a construction zone and lanes are blocked, be calm, stay patient. There may be little to no option to make room. And we'll continue when traffic flow resumes. At the end of the day, we would like to ask that you please slow down, that you pay attention, that you look out for one another on the roads. We want to ensure your safety and the safety of all of our emergency responders on all of Edmonton's roads. We all want to be able to go home at the end of the day. Thank you, and have a safe rest of your summer.
Good afternoon. My name is Kaylee Pfeiffer. I'm a primary care paramedic and acting public education officer with Alberta Health Services EMS. I'd like to thank you for the opportunity today to speak alongside my colleagues with EPS, EFRS, and AMA, and speak to you about the importance of your and my safety on the side of the road. We have close calls every day, both while responding to incidents, transporting our patients, or while working on the side of the roadway, and many of these are preventable. We'd like to ask for your help in making sure that these preventable incidents have a much less occurrence than they currently do. To do that, we first need you to look. Pay attention while driving. We're looking and watching for emergency lights and listening for our sirens. By being aware, you will give yourselves more time to make a calm, smooth decision and be able to move out of our way. To move over, we'd like you to do this slowly, safely, and with a signal. Let us know that you see us and you're working on making a decision. We understand that this can take time, especially when traffic is busy or you may be in a zone considered with construction or closed lanes. We see you and we appreciate the effort you're making. It's much more important to make a smart, smooth decision. If you are on a two-way road, please pull to the right-hand side, giving us room to pass you on the left. As EFRS mentioned, if you are on a one-way road with multiple lanes, it is acceptable to pull to the left, but do this with a signal to allow us to move safely around you. Stop. We may need the right-hand turn directly in front of you, and our emergency could be on that side. Please give us time to all safely pass you. Be prepared for more than one emergency vehicle to be coming through at a time. Once we have all passed you, you are free to resume your normal traffic, but do this calmly and safely and with courtesy to the other drivers around you. At the end of the day, safety for all is our priority. This includes the safety for myself and our coworkers, our colleagues with Edmonton Fire Rescue, Edmonton Police Service, AMA, and other roadway workers. It also includes the safety of our patients and clients and the safety of the public at large. You can do your part in helping maintain that safety for all. All of these groups have families to get home to, and we want to do that every single day. There may be more occurring on an emergency scene than you initially see. Many motor vehicle accidents, for example, have vehicles on both sides of the highway. This does include emergency workers having to cross back and forth to actively treat everyone on that scene. Please slow down and be aware, pay attention, and reduce distracted driving. We appreciate every effort that you are making to help all of us go home safely. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you to our partners at EPS for inviting us to join with the rest of our partners this afternoon. Our teams are all united by one thing, our commitment to serving Albertans. And the reality is that these jobs often happen at the side of the road. While we're all used to seeing flashing lights at the roadside, as drivers, we need to remember that behind those flashing lights on emergency and roadside vehicles are real people, Albertans helping Albertans. Slowing down and moving over isn't just the law, and it doesn't just protect those who call the roadside their workplace. It also protects the Albertans in need at the side of the road, ensuring that everyone can get home safely, and that's something that we all deserve. Unfortunately, as we've heard today, crashes and close calls are an everyday reality, including for our service vehicle operators. At AMA, serving Albertans means our tow truck operators work at the side of the road and outside of their vehicle, often while vehicles speed by just meters away. This year alone, we've had several near misses on Edmonton and area roads, and in recent years, we've had 2 incidents where our tow trucks were hit by passing motorists. Any of these incidents could have ended in unimaginable tragedy, and they were entirely preventable. Alberta's slow down, move over law is simple. When you see flashing lights at the roadside, slow to 60 in the adjacent lane and move over if you can. But this isn't about trying to avoid a ticket. This protects the people who call the roadside their workplace, and it protects Albertans in need. And one day, we might be the ones in need at the side of the road. We believe everyone deserves to get home safely. When you see flashing lights, as drivers, it's our responsibility to slow down and to move over. Today is a reminder that we can prevent these incidents, and it's simple. Just slow down and then move over. Thank you.